191. Let's actually take a look at a problem. So what my thought was, we'll do number 38. We'll talk about number 38. And I apologize this is so long, but it's important stuff. So it says data on IQ test scores and reading test scores for a group of 5th grade children give the following regression line. Predicted reading score, I'm going to write that down. And I'm going to put a little hat over it. The reading score equals negative 33.4 plus 0.882 times their IQ score. What's the slope of the line? This is just identifying what's the slope of the line and interpret it in context. This is the slope right here. That's all this is asking. The slope equals 0.882. Now, it's great that you can do all these calculations, but AP is all about understanding how it applies, application of this, making sense in context with what this means. So a good example for using this in context would be something like, we predict that reading scores will increase. Try to add that word increase, and I believe that's one of the key words that gets you credit on an AP exam. Will increase by 0.882 for each 1 point increase in IQ. Part B, I'm sure, is going to say, what's the intercept? Okay, so the y-intercept. Y-intercept equals the negative 33.4. And explain why it's not meaningful. Okay, so think about what this is meaning. The values that we're going to be comparing, the IQ score is the explanatory variable or the independent variable, and the reading score is the response variable or the dependent score. So this is saying that you have this is basically saying that when you have an IQ score of 0, that you have a reading score of negative 33.4. Can anyone have an IQ score of 0? So that's kind of why the y-intercept doesn't really mean anything. It doesn't make sense for this. So you have to be able to write in a complete sentence. This would be statistically meaningful only if a child could actually have an IQ score of 0. I don't believe anyone has an IQ score of 0. Some people have more, don't get me wrong, but some people, I don't think you can have 0. Find the predicted reading scores for 2 children with IQ scores of 90 and 130 respectively. So if their IQ score equals 90, that means we want to figure out what their reading score or their predicted reading score is. Negative 33.4 plus 0.882 times the IQ score of 90. So, need a calculator. 90 times 0.882, 79.38, and added to negative 33.4, I'm getting 45.98. 45.98 would be their predicted reading score. And let's say if your IQ score was 130, reading score, the predicted reading score, one thirty times 0.882, 114.66, 81.26 is the predicted reading score. Don't be nervous when you read the textbook. It's got these big hats over the top of things, and that just means predicted on there.